Hey everyone, welcome back to the Glowtips channel, your go-to place for creating beautiful nails from the comfort of your own home. We're here to give you the best tips and tricks to help you master your poly nail gel journey, whether you're a beginner or looking to perfect your skills. Glowtips is the perfect spot to learn everything you need for an amazing set of DIY nails. In today's video, we're going to be diving into the 10 things you need to know before starting your poly nail gel journey. So stick around to the end of the video to get all the tips. Now let's jump right in and answer the first question. What exactly is poly nail gel? Poly nail gel or gel is a type of nail enhancement, much like acrylic, soft gel or biab, also known as builder in a bottle. This helps to add length, strength and beauty to our natural nails. What sets Glowtips Poly Nail Gel apart is that it has the ability to combine the best qualities of both an acrylic and a hard gel. This offers a lightweight, flexible solution that is very easy and super soft to apply. It shapes very well for beginners and comes in a bunch of cute shades. On the other hand, builder gel can have a thick to medium consistency and requires a lot of control. Unfortunately, this isn't the best for beginners. We also have acrylic, but this again requires a lot of control as it requires the right amount of monomer to acrylic ratio. What makes gel ideal for beginners is that it gives us plenty of time to work with. Unlike acrylic, this sets really quickly and it leaves little room for mistakes. Our gel stays workable until you are ready to cure it under a nail lamp. So if you're just starting out, you can take your time and perfect your technique. The tools that we need to work with gel and acrylic are completely different. For our gel, you're going to need a flat and round or square brush, whereas for acrylic, you need a thick Kolinsky brush, which is able to absorb liquid monomer. Builder gel, for an instance, can be tricky for beginners because it is much more liquid compared to a poly nail gel, and you need to set it quickly before it loses its shape. This is why we believe that our gel is our best friend when starting out with poly nail gels. It's super beginner friendly, flexible, and it can last as long as 2 to 3 weeks when applied properly. Next, we're going to move on to nail prep. I cannot stress this enough, nail prep is everything. Even if your poly nail gel application is perfect, if you skip or rush nail prepping, your nails are not going to last. It's a really important step in the whole process. Seriously, do not even think about skipping this, otherwise you will not have long-lasting nails. If you want me to dive deeper into how to properly prep your nails, just drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you and make sure I'm giving you the content you really want to see. Think of nail prep like the foundation of a house. When it's done right, everything else just falls into place. Whether it's poly nail gel, other nail enhancements, or even regular nail polish, getting your prep right is key. Trust me, nailing this step makes everything so much easier and longer lasting. When nail prepping, make sure that your nails are dry and clean. Trust me, any leftover oils or moisture will cause your gel to lift or peel, and we do not want that. Now start by gently pushing back your cuticles because our gel won't adhere to the skin or the cuticle area, which can cause lifting. You can trim your cuticles if you're comfortable with it, but it's totally optional. Just pushing them back gently is enough. No need to get too aggressive. Next, lightly buff the surface of your nails with a fine grit buffer. This step is key because it removes the natural shine, which also helps the gel to really stick to your nail. And don't worry, you're not trying to thin out your nails. Just give them a little texture so the gel has something to grab onto. This next step is optional, but you can use cuticle nippers or cuticle cutters to remove any of the excess skin after buffing your cuticles. This step is optional and is good for people with a little bit more experience. However, if you feel comfortable doing this or you have too much excess cuticle, then definitely grab yourself a pair of cuticle cutters and remove any excess skin. Only cut away the white part of this cuticle, as this is considered dead skin and will not hurt when cutting it. After buffing, grab a lint-free wipe and soak it in our slip solution or 70% alcohol. This will clean off any dust and dirt or oils on the nails, and this step is super important because anything left behind can mess with the adhesion of the gel and cause your manicure not to last as long. Finally, apply a base coat. The base coat acts as a primer, creating an ideal surface for the poly nail gel to bond to, making your manicure last longer and look way smoother. Skipping this step could result in the gel not adhering as well and may cause your nails to chip off or lift early. A good prep routine is a game changer when it comes to how long your nails can last and how flawless they will turn out. Mastering this step is absolutely essential, So whatever you do, don't skip it. One of the biggest misconceptions is that people think applying gel is easy. I can tell you right now, it's not, especially if you're a beginner. But it seems like it's going to be a breeze the first time around. Our gel is more beginner friendly because it gives you more control and time to work. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy straight off the bat. However, it's not as effortless as those TikToks or Instagram reels. Those videos are actually less than a minute long, and so they tend to skip over a lot of the steps that really matter. So if you don't get the hang of it on the first set, just remember it's all part of the process. Gel isn't something you'll master on your first try, and that's perfectly normal. It's going to take more than a few attempts to get everything just right. Plus, once you've got it down, you'll save lots of money at the nail salon. Our Glowtips kit has everything you need to get started on your poly nail gel journey. And the best part is that it's enough to create more than 20 sets of nails. And that means you have plenty of room to experiment, practice, and try out different designs until you're completely comfortable with the process. Think about it. That's 20 plus opportunities to improve with every set. You can start small with short or go bold with longer designs once you're feeling more confident. The key is to be patient and trust the process. It's not about getting it perfect on the first try, but it's about giving yourself the time to learn and improve, whether you're doing a basic manicure or getting creative with nail art. So take your time and have fun with it. Don't feel pressured or rushed. The beauty of doing nails at home with Glowtips is that you're in control and you can go at your own pace and keep refining your skills as you go. Plus, many of our customers find it really therapeutic, so you can treat it as some relaxing me time whilst you're perfecting your nails. Gel removal is something many people don't realize until they're in the process. One thing to know is that poly nail gel removal isn't quick, and it's definitely not something you can rush. Filing off gel requires a bit more time and patience, but is essential for the protection and health of your natural nails. It is key to be gentle and never scrape or peel the gel, as this can cause painful damage to your nails. Start by carefully filing off as much gel as possible. If you are left with a thin, stubborn layer, you can soak a cotton pad in acetone and apply it to the nail to loosen the remaining gel. And if you're comfortable, you can use an electric file, which will speed up the process even more. We've created a detailed video on how to properly remove poly nail gel nails, which I'll pin in the corner for easy access to make sure that you check it out. This will give you a full step-by-step guide on how to safely remove your gel nails without damaging your natural nails. Remember, it isn't a step to just rush through. Take your time and be gentle. Proper removal is just as important as application when it comes to keeping your nails healthy. This brings us to our next step. As your nails grow out, you'll notice a gap between your natural nail and the poly nail gel. Instead of removing the entire set and starting from scratch, we recommend doing an infill. Doing a full removal and reapplication can be unnecessary and time-consuming when all you need is an infill. By filling in the gap at the base where your nail has grown out, you can refresh the entire set without starting over. It's quicker, more efficient, and keeps your nails flawless for longer. The only time a full removal and reapplication is necessary is if your poly nail gel nails are severely lifted, damaged, or left too long without maintenance. You'll also want to remove and redo the gel if you've broken a nail and need to even out the length. We recommend doing an infill every 2 weeks to maintain the health and look of your poly nail gel nails. If needed, you can stretch it to 3 weeks, but any longer and you may start to notice lifting or other issues. Regular infills will keep the health of your nails strong, preventing lifting and reducing the risk of damage to your natural nails. We've created a detailed video showing you exactly how to perform an infill, so be sure to check it out. I'll pin the link in the corner for easy access. Let's talk about dual forms, something that comes up a lot when using our poly nail gel. One thing to keep in mind is that dual forms in the kit may not always fit your nails perfectly, and that's completely normal. They aren't custom made for each individual, but we've included 10 different sizes to cover as many nail shapes as possible. Sometimes you'll find that a dual form is too small, especially for wider nails like the thumb. As you can see here, the dual form does not cover my nail from side to side. This does not mean that your nail size is unusual, it just means that everyone's nail sizes are a little different, and it's hard to cover every possible size. If the dual form is too small, don't worry. Even if it doesn't fit perfectly, you can still work with it. First, go ahead and apply the poly nail gel into the dual form like usual, and then place it onto your nail and cure it under the nail lamp. Once cured, you may notice that some areas didn't fully cover the sides of your nail. That's no problem. What you can do is apply another layer of poly nail gel to fill in those gaps. Simply add the gel to the uncovered areas and smooth it out so it blends seamlessly with the rest of the nail. This process allows you to create a complete flawless nail even if the form is a bit small. In summary, you can always use a smaller dual form to create the base of the nail and then apply an extra layer of gel to fill in the gaps and smooth it out with filing and buffing. This ensures that the surface is smooth and even, giving you a perfect finish. It's all about working with the form and adapting it to your specific nail shape. One thing I love about poly nail gel is how versatile it is. Dual forms is just one way to apply it, but there are other options like paper forms or even nail tips if you're looking for nail extensions. Poly nail gel is perfect for long extensions because of its strength and durability, which can really hold up to everyday wear and tear. With paper forms, you can customize the shape and length of your extension, which is great if you want something more personalized. If you prefer nail tips, poly nail gel bonds well with them, giving you a strong and long-lasting result. I've got other videos on these techniques too, and I will pin it at the top, so be sure to check them out if you're interested in giving different methods a try. Nail tips are great for those who want a more structured look. It's also a great way to create a quick extension without having to worry about your base too much. With a nail tip, your shape and your length is already built in, and all you have to do is apply an overlay of our poly nail gel. Now, if you're a short nail girly, poly nail gel can be your best friend. You don't have to go long to enjoy its benefits. By applying a thin layer of poly nail gel over your natural nails, you can add strength and prevent breakage, making your own nails more resilient. You can do infills as your nails grow out, so you don't have to keep removing and reapplying the gel. When working with any nail product, whether it's a nail polish, poly nail gel, or any nail enhancement, you're essentially dealing with chemicals. First, it's important to protect your skin by wearing gloves and making sure that the gel doesn't touch your skin during application. If the product accidentally gets on your skin, don't panic. Just wipe it up straight away with a brush or a lint-free wipe. It's important to remove it quickly before it cures, as long-term exposure can lead to skin sensitivity or in some cases allergies. Lastly, don't forget to clean your tools with alcohol, and don't forget to wipe down your space to prevent any cross-contamination. So remember, while you're dealing with chemicals, you can easily protect yourself by taking these simple steps. With the right precautions, you can safely enjoy your poly nail gel journey without any worries. One key thing to understand before starting your poly nail gel journey is that not all products are the same across brands. The quality of the poly nail gel and the tools you use can make a big difference in both your results and overall experience. Some gels are softer, some are firmer, and the quality can vary overall. That's why it's important to do your research and choose a brand that suits your needs and will give you the best results. Our poly nail gel is super smooth and consistent, which makes it so much easier to apply and shape. You'll be able to get those flawless results without all the frustration. And trust me, investing in the right tools, a good set of brushes, and a solid UV/LED lamp and a proper nail file can really make the whole process more enjoyable and more efficient. Our poly nail gel has gotten a lot of positive feedback, as many of our Glowtips fans enjoy the product consistency and how flawless it is to apply. Your tools are just as important as the gel that you are using. A good brush gives you so much more control when applying, and a high quality file makes shaping and refining the nails super easy. When you've got the right tools, they work perfectly with the gel to give you a professional, long-lasting look. At the end of the day, investing in high quality poly nail gel and the right tools might feel like a bigger commitment up front, but this will actually ensure better results and longer lasting nails. So that's a wrap on the 10 things you should know before starting your poly nail gel journey. Now that you have watched this, don't forget to check out my other poly nail gel tutorials. If you love this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really would mean the world to us. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.